Hello there and welcome back. Finally a speck of sunlight has shone over my area, as winter is slowly fading away. Temperatures are way higher than last month. It's still a little bit cold, but it's completely manageable. After all, it's still half of February and we're in complete winter. Anyway, there's no better time to grab your bike and go for a ride. This time you're joining me for a quick coffee ride. I'm biking to a friend's house and then we'll go together to the usual coffee place for a quick snack. It reminds me of old times in high school, when biking was the only way to get around and meet each other and have fun. I gotta say it feels quite nostalgic to retrack all the roads I used to take when I was a kid with my bike. The only things that changed are the environment, in some measure, and my age, probably. The bike has been here since and never left. Although I think it reached a new golden era during these past months, especially after discovering Probably Riding's channel. Last year, while I was living in Venice for university, me and my flatmate used to watch Probably Riding videos during dinner, as we usually went biking together and wrenched on the bikes in the garage whenever we had the chance. I guess this eventually led me to open this channel. Maybe Probably Riding generated a whole new wave of small bike creators, and I couldn't be more happy about it. The online bike community I got the chance to interact with is wonderful, and everyone I had the chance to speak to was extremely kind and supportive. It was also a nice occasion to delve deeper into alternative bike communities. For example, X-Biking on Reddit. As here in Italy, the bike culture mainly revolves around performance, both in terms of road and mountain bike riding, considering the sheer amount of Italian bike manufacturers. Maybe there's more of alternative bike communities, like Fixed Gear or such, in bigger cities like Milan, but I'm quite far away from there to be able to engage. I'll just get the best with what I have here. If you have been around my channel for a while, I think you already know this guy. He helped me changing the tires on the Diamondback as soon as I got the bike. I guess what was a simple morning together helping me with the project turned into a nice occasion for him to get into bike riding again. A little bit at least. We've been going for some quick rides here and there in the past few weeks. It's always nice to have some company sometimes. We did a little bit of catching up on our lives and some random chatting, of course. With work and university in our way, meeting friends is always a rich experience compared to the past when you had lots of free time. If I gotta be honest with you, recording this video was quite of a mental exercise for me. As you can see, the footage looks quite strange and zoomed in this part. My phone changed recording mode, without me noticing, for a good chunk of the ride. I was quite pissed off at first, but I decided to upload it anyway. This made me realize that this channel is not meant for perfection. I think perfectionism is a trait that can do more harm than good if not properly managed. Considering myself a perfectionist, at least in some areas of my life, some of these being creative and artistic, I'm working on getting rid of it, at least a little bit. I'll just try to keep what's necessary to do and create something that I'm actually enjoying. At the end of the day though, it's better to do something, even if it's not perfect, than not doing anything at all. Nothing has to be perfect from the beginning. Everything is a process after all, and it's okay to be in this process. You probably already seen these streets on my channel. Sadly, getting from town to the city is a one-way road, with little to no possibility for alternative routes. It's always nice though, feels familiar. A little bit dangerous in some points, but manageable. Me and my friend both practice parkour. We've been doing so for the past 10 years or so. He's pointing out some jumps we could do on that place, It's been a while since we last went out together to jump. Again, for the same reason. We're a lot busy now that we're basically adults. Despite the lack of cycling lanes outside the city, once you get inside it becomes way easier to move around by bike, and you can perfectly tell the difference comparing the city to the countryside or to the towns. We even crossed paths with some bike commuters. It's quite a rare and strange sight, to be honest. Considering Italy has just the 10% of the roads with a cycling lane. That's quite a shame, I would like more. Here Andy was admiring the new components on the bike. As I mentioned before, he helped me with the tires, but all the rest of the components have been changed by myself, and he hadn't seen them yet. I guess we've got his approval. This bike is turning out fantastically. I love the palette and the overall harmony and geometry of the components. All of my friends have been complimenting it, and I couldn't be more happy about it. Once again, my camera, well, my phone, was pointing a little bit too low now, not showing the scenario properly. I'm sorry about that, but this video will definitely not be perfect, as you may have already noticed. But that's okay. Recording with my phone is great, but quite a bit troublesome sometimes. I'll invest into an action cam soon. I was thinking about the DJI Osmo Nano. If you have some insights or some experiences, feel free to share them in a comment section. Finally arrived at our go-to specialty coffee place, Bugan Coffee Lab. This time single origin was in El Salvador. I went for an espresso and Andy got a cappuccino. I really like the design of this place. Considering it's also a training room and a roastery, it's quite maximalist, but the wooden tones go perfectly well with the black. And the owner has a cardboard cutout in the back of the shop. Such a nice and fun guy. Sadly, it's the only specialty coffee around here. The closest ones are something between like 30 and 40 kilometers away, to say the least. You definitely need a car to get there by bike. Definitely not the best specialty coffee scenario in this country, at least in northern Italy. Maybe we'll get to visit some others by bike someday. I will definitely keep you updated with some nice ride videos on this channel. I've read some comments on the past videos, and one of you suggested I should run spacers under the bike stem. And you're completely right. I'm currently looking around for some nice spacers I could put on this bike. And in the meantime, I'm thinking about any further modifications I could do. I think I will bring back the front brake, and maybe change some components like the saddle or the pedals. Until then, I will just enjoy the bike as it is. It's probably the most fun and creative bike I've ever owned. And I think my friend would agree. We went for a quick switch just before going home. Hope you enjoyed this quick ride, and I will see you in the next one.